Tahimik na po tayo. Welcome to Friday Balitaan sa Hotel Rembrandt. Today, mahal tayong maraming guests dahil marami tayong kaibigan na maraming gustong sabihin para makatulong sa bayan, makatulong sa gobyerno ng ating presidente. Pero, siyempre, may mga civic organization, NGOs na nakakatulong din one way or another. And the Philippine Jaycees Senate is one of them. Today we have guests from the Philippine Jaycees Senate, the Secretary General, Ramon Nanadiego, and Balitaan, the head of the search committee of the TOFIL. Siguro, hingan mo natin sila ng information. Mon?
Thank you, Eric. Magandang umaga sa inyo lahat. My name is Ramon Nanadiego. I'm with the JCI Senate Philippines, and we are launching the 2016 Outstanding Filipino. 41 years old and above ang mga nominees natin. Last year's awardees are Gemma Cruz Araneta, some of the winners. Marami pang Francisco, Jose Marie Clemente, Joe Salceda of Bicol. Yung mga past, Emil Javier, Robert Juan of Chowking, marami pang iba na natin dito sa aming nomination forms. And we are here to promote this and to request your assistance to identify and nominate awardees, possible awardees for this event. And for this, I'd like to request the Search Committee Chairman, Rene Balatbat from JCI Senate Manila, to make the further announcement. Right.
Rene.
Magandang umaga po, no? Ang criteria po ng awardees will be chosen based on the strength of their character and integrity and the impact of the achievements of their field of work, public welfare, and national development. The criteria for the award are inspired by the 5th and 6th tenet of the JC Creed, which is reproduced as that earth's great treasure lies in human personality and that service to humanity is the best work of life. Any Filipino citizen po, pwede po dito 41 years of age, of good moral character, whose dedication to his or her profession or vocation has made significant contribution to the advancement of his or her calling, public welfare, and national development. Thank you po.
Thank you, Rene. Additional information from Mon?
Nandito kami just to promote this yearly award of JCI Senate Philippines, and we are requesting the assistance of the press to promote this activity. We will be distributing nomination forms. We have the contact numbers in our poster and also there in the nomination. So please feel free to contact us, and any question, further questions on this activity will be entertained. If you need further clarification, you can just call us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Man. Actually, from our guest today, we have several potential TOFIL awardees like Dr. Posadas, Seneres, and Alex Santos here. At I hope madamay mo itong tatlong to. Mon, at pwede ang pumirma sa nomination nito mga taong ito just in case walang pipirma iba. Okay, at siguro pakilala natin ang ating mga guests, no? Especially nandito rin si Tom Pastor at yung kanyang guest, no? Mamaya pakilala mo Tom, pero mabuti si muna, si Alex, no? Pakilala mo yung mga kasama sa Convenor. Teka muna, meron pa palang dito. Meron pa palang, wala yung telepono ko. Ayun pala. Alam ko. Kasi nandito ngayon ang convenor ng Thinktank group ng kay Presidente Duterte. Actually, without the knowledge of so many people, na before nag-start ang Duterte government ay meron ng tinatawag na Thinktank group. Actually, itong cluster na to ay very valuable cluster for President Duterte. Kung mapapansin nyo, ang bilis na aksyon ng gobyerno kasi merong parallel organization. Hindi lamang sila, actually, yung cluster na to ay divided into several clusters. Kaya yung nakikita nyo, ito lang yung overt, pero meron ding covert. Pero ang totality niyan ay etong umbrella. So siguro paliwanag na lang ni Alex, please. Yan, Mike. Alex.
Magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat. Unang-una, nagpapasalamat po kami sa pagkakataon na ito na makaharap ang the representatives of the 4th Estate. So, bali ho sa rangko, kayo ho ang ika-4 na pinaka-importante sa ating bayan. At totoo po naman yon, kaya ho kami nagpapasalamat for the opportunity of being with you this morning because we are actually launching this think tank convenor for Duterte governance. So, yun lang ho masasabi ko sa ngayon. Papakilala ko ho ang ibang mga kasamahan namin dito. To my left is our Vice President for Programs, si Erick Seneres. Kapatid po siya ng dating Secretary ng and unfortunately he passed away just before the election. Kaklase po siya ni Presidente Duterte. No? We also have with us another Vice President for Operations, Porong Herrera over there, and the other Vice President, unfortunately, he cannot make it because he's out of town in Tarlac. Is the former USEC Andanar, Wency Andanar, who is our Vice President for Development. And finally, the other Vice President is Rene Florencio, a civic leader as well as very much in business. To my right po ay si Reuben Yambot, siguro kapatid po ninyo siya.
Kapatid sa gani Yambot ng Daily Inquirer.
Yes.
Ito, si Reuben.
Inunahan na naman ako nitong ating kaibigan. Ako ho, wari ho ako pagka may mga ganito mga pangalan sa presidential Kasi ina-identify ho agad ko sino yung, alin yung hot seat so rito. And you cannot get away from it. He is the brother of the former Isagani Yambot of the Philippine Daily Inquirer. We also have a representative, the biggest group of the clusters dito ho sa aming think tank. Ito ho yung clusters ng mga beneficiaries. And I have with me one of the urban poor leaders who comes from Batasan Hills, si Romy Magramo po over there, Secretary General of the Koalisyon ng Maralitan Tagalunsod para sa Palupat Pabahay. I guess unless I am missing somebody from the convenor, yun lang po ang kasalukuyang nandito po para humarap sa inyo. Maraming salamat po sa pagkakataon nito.
Okay. Alex, in brief, can you explain to us ano talagang purpose nitong convener na ginawa nyo?
Okay, to start with, this is a people-initiated NGO, non-government organization. And very clearly in our brochure, I was hoping that one of our convenors, si Bong Labora po, would be able to come on time for the fresh from the oven po yung aming brochure, no, an 8-page brochure regarding this particular Thinktank Convenor group. It's a movement. It's a people's movement. And so we are not in any way, or we are at arm's length with the government. It's totally private initiated. And the idea, well, it's multi-partisan. It's not non-partisan, but multi-partisan. Because right after the election, we opened the doors for anybody who might have supported other candidates besides President Duterte. It is multi-ideological. For our chairman, subject to his confirmation, our chairman candidate is no less than Nene Pimentel, but it is still subject to his confirmation. And he is the one who is also heading the cluster on federalism. So we consider him as nasa kanan. On the other hand, our co-chairman is Nilo Tayag, a former NPA commander. And to my surprise, after so many years of not having met him, he is now a bishop of Aglipayan. No? So that is the profile, and then of course we are also multi-sectarian, open for anybody except maybe my friend here, Erick, because I don't know whether he is really religious or belongs to non-believer at all. So ganun po, at to update you, we, to my surprise, when we started inviting people who have the expertise on different issues, different ideas on how we can help the government of President Duterte, we have invited more than 90 experts and knowledgeable people, and to my surprise, 84 of them as of today have already been on board. In other words, they have accepted on voluntary basis to be members of the different clusters. And we already have 28 clusters that are classified according to the different issues and concerns of our government. As a matter of fact, I invited no less, and I am going to introduce him now, the cluster on science and technology, as to give you an idea very briefly what are the topics or what are the issues that we have been deliberating on and discussing before we recommend this to the office of the President. Our direct access, because I have personally been coordinating with him even during the campaign, is no less than the Secretary of Cabinet, June Evasco. So all the recommendations that we will submit, this is addressed to the President, but attention, Secretary Evasco. And speaking of recommendations, I have the year with me, and I gave a copy to Erick. The first folio, we call it Folio A, that already included the first three recommendations to the office of the President in time, as our timeline, in time for the SONA. And we have taken note of the fact that the President did mention, to give us an idea, that the 3 recommendations are being considered. As a matter of fact, the first recommendation, and very briefly again, our Vice President for Programs will tell you about our first recommendation for the zona, and that is what we call 24/7 open governance. So I'll give him the floor later to explain very briefly, together with the proponent under the Science and Technology cluster. I repeat, we already have to date 28 clusters on several concerns and issues. And I'm referring to Dr. Roger Posadas, former Dean of the College of Science in UP, and also the former UP Iliman Chancellor. He will also very, very briefly tell you one of the recommendations of that cluster that is now under consideration for the next timeline. And that timeline is the next 100 days of the administration of President Duterte. So that's all, and they're prepared to very briefly present some, particularly some of the projects or recommendations that we have already been deliberating on.
Okay, thank you. Dr. Posadas.
Magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. Doon sa Science and Technology cluster, marami kaming mga kasamang mga siyentipiko doon. Ang chairman namin ay si Dr. William Padulina, dating secretary ng DOST. Ang isa sa mga proyekto na pinag-uusapan namin ay ang tinatawag kong Da Vinci Project. Pinangalan itong Da Vinci in honor of Leonardo da Vinci, na alam nyo ay isang artist, scientist, inventor, engineer. So ang Da Vinci Project ay naglalayon na magkaroon ng mga kumpul-kumpul ng mga industrial designer, mga visual artists, innovators, inventors sa bawat region para magsagawa ng mga bagong produkto. Ito ay ini-implement na sa Region 4A, Calabarzon, sa Region 4A ng DOST. In fact, ang isa sa mga bunga ng project na ito ay yung salamander, amphibious tricycle, na demonstrate dun sa TV program na Drive ni James Deacon. Ito ay angkop na angkop para sa mga baha. So sa bawat region, ang objective ay magkaroon ng cluster ng mga interdisciplinary designers and innovators, at ang pag-identify kung anong mga produkto ang di-develop ay mga yung nasa region, mga DTI, Office sa Region, NEDA, DOST, kaugnay din ng CHED at TESDA. Isa ring proyekto na pag-uusapan namin ay yung sa urban farming na gagamitin ng hydroponics para sa food security ng mga mga poor communities. So, yun na lang muna sa ngayon. Kasi marami pang nakapilang na mga proyekto.
Thank you, Doctor. Actually, very humble lang si Alex eh. Actually, the truth of the matter, ay marami na nagagawa yung cluster nila na hindi lang pwedeng ipagyabang kung ano to. Kaya kung mapapansin nyo, every time na merong nangyayari at merong mga kapalatakan yung ilang mga bata ng ating presidente, ay the next day nagagamot kagad. Try to analyze it. At yung sinasabi ni Dr. Posadas ay halos yung sinasabi natin dito sa ating forum na kung tayo, kukopehin na natin yung mga ginagawa ng Israeli, kibbutz type of operation, na within the community, nandun na lahat. Pati yung pabahay, nandun na rin yung trabaho, farming, everything, nandun na sa area. Nakapero ng ginagawa ng Iglesia ni Cristo. Eh, ito halos pattern sa ginagawa ng Israel. Pati yung narinig nyo kanina, hydroponic. Na yung mga bahay, pwede ka magtanim. Mabubuhay yung mga halaman na pwede kakainin kagad. Ang gaganda eh. Kailangan lang talaga implementation. Kailangan lang talaga mayroong kapareho ng kanilang organization na may mga NGOs na aalalay para hindi malubak ang isang isang unit na isang gobyerno. Na kitang-kita naman natin at this point in time ay nagiging very effective kay Presidente. Okay. Siguro sandali. Alex, yan sa iyo yung mic. Sa harapan mo. Ayan. Kakagating ka.
Pasensya na ho kayo, 75 years old na po ako eh. Salamat. Coming from a very pretty woman, that's really something. Okay, ito ho ang isang project na we are about to launch. We have already we are creating already the committee, and that is the hydroponic and the coalition ng Maralitan Tagalunsod, mostly squatters in Metro Manila, that's Kumalapa, will undertake this jointly with the science and technology, particularly the proponent of this, Dr. Reyes, who is a biologist, a doctor in the field of biology. Alam niyo kung bakit, dahil sa it's the latest technology, no? When it comes to hydroponics, no? Farming, pwede ho silang magtanim kahit sa ibabaw ng bubong ng scientists nila, so that they can have supply of vegetable for their own consumption. And then if they are organized as cooperatives, and many of these 350 urban poor organizations in Metro Manila alone can actually make this even as a livelihood of their respective communities. So we are already organizing the committee to implement this on a pilot in some of these water areas in Metro Manila. Okay, let me now call on Mr. Seneres because for an update, when we submitted our first folio, we call it Folio A. Every time we submit recommendations to the Office of the President, we will call it Folio A, B, C, etc. So, as I mentioned earlier, the first folio that we submitted in time for the SONA is the proponent of which is our Vice President, as I said, Mr. Seneres, whom I consider to be an IT wizard. So much so that after we submitted this, we were already called by Malacanang through the undersecretaries of both June Pasco, and this is the latest, only it was last Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken, and they sat down already, and they are now seriously considering the full implementation of this.
Okay.
Ano ba yun? 888?
Yung number.
and the ano pa yung isang
9/11.
9/11 is only part of the comprehensive proposal we call 24/7
Galing sa convenor yun.
good governance, no? So, can we give the
Yeah, please.
the microphone to Ike? Very briefly, Ike, no? Mahirap lang dito kay Ike pag inumpisahan siya mag-present. Baka abutin tayo ng lunch. And I don't mind that.
Brief lang yan, brief. Alam niyo, hindi na kailangan ipagyabang itong si Erick Seneres dahil ito'y mas sikat doon sa kapatid niya, sa totoo lang. At ito ang dating head ng ating computer center sa Campaginaldo. Kaya alam niya, pati yung mga hacking operation hindi lulusot sa kanya. Okay?
Thank you, Eric. Ang hirap yata panindigan yung wizard. Ibig sabihin ng wizard, matanda eh. Well, good morning to everyone. Before I talk about the technology side, sasabihin ko muna siguro yung philosophical background ng open governance. No? Dati-dati kasi, bago dumating si Presidente Duterte, pag ang citizen tatawag sa gobyerno, pinagpapasa-pasa yan. Okay? Kung minsan umaabot ng 5-6 na tao ang kakausapin mo eh, di ba? Tapos uulitin mo yung sinasabi mo, and in the end, sabihin sa'yo, ay, absent ho yung in charge. Tumawag na lang kayo bukas. Matatawa si ma'am kasi sir. Di ba totoo yun? Okay. So gagawin mo ngayon, tatawag ka kinabukasan. Finally, papasa-pasa ka pa rin hanggang nakarating ka doon sa in charge. Sabihin sa'yo ng in charge, mahabang papaliwanag ho, pumunta na lang kayo dito. Okay? So, pumunta ka na, kaya nagkaka-traffic eh. Gagastos ka sa pamasahe, merienda. Pagdating mo doon, pila. At pag minalas ka, lunch break. Pag minalas ka pa, susungitan ka. Totoo yun, di ba? No one here can refute that, eh. Di ba? That's number one. Number two, pag may kailangan ka sa gobyerno, ang una mong gagawin, maghanap ka ng kakilala. Maniwala kayo sa akin, ako, Foreign Service Officer ako, 20 years na ako wala sa TFA, hanggang ngayon may tumatawag sa akin, ay, tulungan mo naman ako sa passport ko. Di ba? So, hanap ka. May kakilala ka ba sa NSO?
Pahingin tulong sa panalo sa loto.
Pati yan. Pati yan, ang trabaho ko sa PCSO, IT. Pero, ang daming tumatawag na friends of friends na nagpapatulong. Kasi nga, parang ayaw nilang dumaan doon sa normal channel eh. No? So, parang sa tingin ko, parang yan pa ang isang reason na nagpapatuloy yung patronage politics eh. Kasi sa probinsya, sino lalapitan mo? Si Mayor, di ba? O, akong bahala dyan. So, lumalakas yung influence ni Mayor, no? Yan po ang philosophical background. No? Now, ang gusto namin mangyari dito sa Thinktank, sa paper na sinabit namin sa Presidente, hindi mo na kailangan ng kakilala. Wala nang palakasan. Kahit sino will get the same treatment. No? At sa halip na ikaw mag-follow up, ang gobyerno magpa-follow up sa'yo. Naranasan nyo na ba yun? Sa dental practice actually, yung mga mahuhusay na dental offices, tatawagan ka, ma'am, your dental appointment is 1 week away. Would you like to book it? Diba? Yan ang gusto namin mangyari na one day makakatanggap ka ng notification sa mobile mo, ma'am, okay na ho yung application nyo. Okay na ho yung receipt nyo. Pick upin nyo na lang. That's what we want to happen. Now, yung narinig nyo sa dyaryo, sa TV na 8888 at saka 911, those are actually voice solutions eh. Tawag ka, sasagutin ka ng call center. No? Yung pinresenta namin, mayroong kasamang voice solution, pero may kasamang non-voice no? May kasamang video conferencing, may kasamang live chat, at saka may kasamang in-person. So yung system na pinresent namin, kapareho ng banking. Di ba? If you bank, you go to a branch, mayroong over the counter, may teller doon. Yun ang in-person. No? Pero kung ayaw mong pumunta sa branch, may phone banking. Di ba? Kung ayaw mo ng phone banking, may internet banking. Kung ayaw mo ng internet banking, mayroong mobile banking. Ganyan na ang mundo ngayon eh. No? Ngayon, kung ayaw mo yung apat na yon, mayroon pang private banking. Pupuntahan ka sa bahay mo. Diba? Yung pupuntahan ka sa bahay, kapareho lang yun ng house calls ng doktor. Can you imagine mayroong nagpupunta sa yung doktor? Yan ang house calls. No? Maybe we can work on that later, ka-Alex. No? But okay, to continue my explanation, yung pinresenta naming proposals, yung voice component, hindi lang landline, hindi lang mobile phone, no? Kasama ang lahat ng voice technologies, including Viber, Skype, FaceTime, Magic Jack, name it, tatanggapin niya. Okay. Ang advantage nun is kahit yung mga nasa abroad, pwedeng tumawag. And the reason why we are calling it 24/7 is talagang all the time. Anyone can call. Yun ang mantra eh. Anyone can call anytime from anywhere using any available device. Okay? Kahapon, nakipag-meeting kami dun sa mga taong in charge ng 8888 at saka 911. Nag-agree kami na yung calls na not related to complaints. Ang 8888 kasi complaints. Ano mga calls na not related to emergencies, no? 911, sasaluin ng bagong system. Yung bagong system kasi, para i-converge na lang natin yon. Ang technology nun, from the IT perspective, it is really nothing more than customer relations management. Science na po yun. Kompleto na po ng software dyan. Na kung saan the objective of CRM, Customer Relations Management, is to make the customer happy. Actually, to surprise the customer.
Summary ko yan. Summary.
Oo. Now, yun po ang system na pinresent natin. Nag-iiba ito lahat. This is now the new governance, no? And to add, kasi wala na yata ang oras. Eric, I used to host a 4-hour show in GNN. Remember? But because you're so nice, I'm willing to reduce it to 1 hour.
Yun, 1 hour lang ang forum natin.
Pwede lang ho mangyari ito kasi meron tayong presidente na ganito. At kami actually naghahabol eh. Kasi inunahan niya na kami. Sinabi niya, ayaw ko ng pila. Gusto kong bawasan yung requirement.
Nakahabol naman eh.
Nakahabol naman.
Kitang-kita naman ang nangyari.
We need to translate it. No? So to end my portion, ang trabaho actually ng Thinktank is, minomonitor namin yung sinasabi ng presidente. Tina-translate namin yan into policies, programs, or projects. Tapos sinasubmit namin sa kanya. Thank you.
Thank you, Kuya Ike. No? Actually, yung trabaho nila eh, yung pagka nalulubak sa kalye, sila yung nagpapatsin. Ang bilis ng pagpapatsin. Yan lang ang kagandahan itong grupong ito. At you'll know more in the future about this. No? Pero before I give the floor to Tom Pastor and his friend, no? I'd like to acknowledge the presence of Robert, Gilbert, no? And Arline. At si Philip Briones, ayun. Yan ang isa sa mga stalwart ng Jaycees Senate. Plus si Ding Toreno ng 65 Club, ayun. Si Poro Herrera na kasama ng Convenor. At yung sa Kabayan Party List, si Ed Santos. Yan. Okay. Siguro, Tom, pakilala mo yung katabi mo rin, no? At bibigyan tayo ng update sa pagkamatay ng kanyang anak na si Enzo. Tom?
Good morning. I'm Tom Pastor. My partner in business is Nikki, 10K. For short. Thank you for having me here, Eric. We're just announcing our relaunching if you remember when my son Enzo Pastor was killed in 2014, we had a project called Asian V8. It's a motorsport tourism for the Philippines kasi sa Asia, tayo na lang walang Formula 1. So we came about purchasing a franchise from Euro NASCAR for Philippines. Of course, kasabay din natin ng China dyan, no? Nag-bid din sila doon, but we won over them for this Euro NASCAR para magkaroon tayo ng Asian Championship. Now, we have a new partnership in this relaunching, and we're announcing our partnership here in Erick's media, meetings here. So, ito, motorsport tourism, it will bring international world-class drivers and local professional drivers and amateur drivers from different school, like parang basketball, NCAA type of competition. So we will be having a search, nationwide search from Luzon to Mindanao to bring in new talented drivers. Para ma-add naman dito sa sport natin, not only basketball or billiard or boxing, ito namang motorsport para to bring our country back on its feet in the world of motorsport. So, for now, I'd like to introduce my partner also, Jen. If you want to say something.
Please introduce yourself.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Jenny Batista. Basically, I'm the Southeast Asia Director of Chancellor, Alinda. So, we would like to partner with Mr. Thomas Pastor for the Asian State Championship. So, we actually would want to advance or to promote the tourism in a way for the motorsports, because like in abroad, it's very rampant. Everyone that are doing this, but of course we hope to make our country a global country. So of course, in a way, we have to at least do something for it in terms of motorsports events. So we are really looking forward for this partnership, and hopefully in time to bring back the motorsports tourism in the Philippines, or to even promote it greatly in the world.
Okay, ngayon, any questions from the floor? Bill?
Yeah. Good morning, everybody. I'm Camilo Miliendes of KITV.PHILIPPINES. It's nice to hear that President Duterte is being supported by a lot of think tank groups. I think your group is the second already, no? My question is, have you not observed that the President is quite slow in his appointment? Up to now, it's already August 4, August 5. Yeah. Have you not come into your mind to call his attention on this? Thank you.
To be pressured about this. Kasi tama yung katanungan mo eh. Marami na ako narinig about this eh.
Yes,
na may doon, na-demoralize na yung mga tumulong. Tapos nandun na eh. Sayang yung effort nung tinatawag na search committee.
Right.
Matagal nang na-deliver, months na na-deliver yung mga names. Pero mukhang merong tao within
Something's
his group na siyang gumagawa ng ngayon, look what happened. Ang naiipit ang presidente. Plus, ang problema dyan, nagpipiesta yung mga mafia from within in its agencies. Ha? Nagpipiesta eh. Alam mo naman, just like any other government in the past, no? Pag kami nakaupong bagong secretary o bagong director, pag hindi nakiayon sa mafia, sisiraan, kung ano-anong ginagawa, tapos kakasuhan pa. Kaya dapat siguro, pag-aralan nyo rito, Alex, dahil ito ang malaking problema ng isang governance. Kahit na gusto mong gumawa ng kabutihan, ay hindi nagagawa dahil merong mafia from within na gumagawa ng mga kalokohan. Ngayon lang, Ang dami sa media ngayon, hindi nakakakolekta. Bakit? Aba, yung dating SOP, hindi kailangan itong COA. Kung ano-ano hinahanap, kailangan notaryo. Delaying tactic. Bakit nakakaganon? Kasi wala yung boss O meron man boss doon, hindi na makagalaw dahil nga sa naghihintay ng kapalit. Kaya talagang ang ating presidente has willing to act. Siya na makialam, kunin yung papeles, sana dyan yung hawak na mga listahan na yan, ilabas na yan. Dahil kung hindi, tapos na nagbigay ng 1 month na deadline, di ba? July 31. Ano ngayon? 5 na, wala pa. Ina-expect no Monday na may lagay na yung mga tao sa pwestong gagawa ng tulong sa kanya. Kaya nahahamper, lalong lumalaki ang problema. Kung butit meron mga private NGOs na tumutulong kay Presidente, kundi, laki ng problema. Di ba? Tama yung sinasabi ni Mil, Alex. Any other question? Wala. Comment from Mr. Yambot. Kunin mo yung mic.
Well, regarding that question, in the case of the GOCCs, perhaps many of you know it already, that the justification, if that can be called a justification, why it is taking a little more time, is that the head of the government-owned corporations who is supposed to supervise the appointments or screen the appointments has not been confirmed yet. Meaning,
Ito na. Reuben, yung GOCC, isa lang yan
yes,
ang laki nitong Sino naghahanda? Di ba PMS yan dapat? Sino ba dapat naghahanda niyan? From the search committee, sino ang next unit na maghahanda niya para mailabas yan? Di ba? Either Executive Secretary, PMS?
PMS.
Dapat siguro si Secretary Bongo madaliin ang trabaho. Dahil balita natin, inumpisa na rin siyang gibain Kung ano-ano na yung lumalabas ng mga white paper against him. Kaya dapat bilisan niya. Full speed ahead, Secretary ko. Baka maunahan ka ba? Okay. Wala na? Okay. Alex.
Okay, regarding the brief presentation of the first, actually that is the first recommendation in our folio that we submitted to the President. I put it this way. Once this is implemented and we are giving ourselves with Seneres, who is now being considered to head this particular spatial project, within 1 month, Juan de la Cruz, who may be up in the mountains in Holo, as long as he has a cell phone, he can even talk to the President for anything. That's what this 24/7 is all about. And the nicest thing about it is that with the existing facilities of the government, particularly the hardware of this system, they are available. They are in many offices of the different departments and Malacanang itself. I saw it, the facilities. Hanggang ngayon panahon pa ng GMA, nung makita ko yun, hindi ko na-utilize properly. So what I can tell you, this can be immediately implemented, including talking directly to the President. Of course, technologically yan, maaaring naka-record, but you can really talk to the President personally through the technology in a matter of seconds. That is what the world of internet is all about. So without, we considered the budget, but I am declaring in behalf of Ike, baka mamaya kung meron kayong hanapong sisihin, siya po yun, hindi ako. Wala akong budget na pinipare in the initial implementation of this system to the fullest?
Okay. Nadagdagan ko lang yung kay Aika. Kasi ang talking to experience with the people of Digong. Kasi sabi ng Presidente, dapat ang Cabinet Secretary open ang mga cellphone. Wala na makausap ngayon eh. Tell me, sino sa inyo nakakausap pa yung mga ano? Except, like Secretary Tugate, Secretary Basco, mabilis sumasagot yan. Pero what about the others? Lalo na yung ating linya, yung kahanay natin, si Martin Andanar. Na alam mo, kahit na hindi bali man lang na, marami kasi nagagalit ngayon, narinig mo yun sa radyo, na gustong tumulong ng mga tao dahil sinabi ng Presidente na tulungan ng gobyerno, pero ni man lang sumasagot sa cellphone. Siguro ang pinakamaganda sa mga cabinet secretary ay maglagay na isang tao na maghahawak ng kanilang cellphone. Na meron, pagkano, pwede ba to? Ano bang ganda sagot dito? Na-adjust kagad. Kaysa sa ganyan na, ang napapaya dito, yung Presidente. Kaya, ano katabi nung ginawa niya no, na sabi nakakaiyak and so forth, tapos na-upset doon sa zona yung ating mga kababayan, including us. Wala naman palang something new. Hindi ka pa yun nung sinabi ng una, 3 general, iba 5 pala. Diba? Nadagdagan pa. So itong mga maliit na bagay na to means a lot to all of us, lalo sa media. Alam mo, mga media matampuhin, ay.
Eric, yung personal cellphones nila, kanila yun eh. But the system we're putting up, pag tumawag ka, mayroong ticketing system. Ilalag yung call mo.
Tama yun, call center.
Yes, i-issue ka ng ticket. Yung system, mayroong aging, no? So, malalaman ng system, ilang araw na, ilang buwan na. Lahat ito, nare-reflect sa tinatawag na yung rating system, sinong mga ahensya mabagal, mabilis, no? So, if you want an official action, doon kayo dadaan. Hindi doon sa personal number ng mga secretary. Yan.
Hindi, okay lang yan, no? Pero let's face it, no? Marami sa atin, lalo sa media, na meron tayong mga personal numbers nito mga taong ito. Kaya yun hanggang wala pa yung call center na sinasabi mo ay dapat ina-address kagad dito immediately. Dahil sa laki ng problema ng bayan, laki ng problema ng lahat sa atin na gustong tumulong ng taong bayan, including the media, ay hindi na-address eh. Ma-upset ka. Bibira yung Federal General Galvante ng LTO na kahit na, alam mo, na nagkakandalo ko na, nagkahirap na sa kanyang trabaho sa LTO, sasagot pa rin ng text yan. Pero ilan yan? Kaya yung parallel na gagawin mo ay dapat, ngayon pa lamang, ay meron ng, yung secretary, meron ng isang tao, hoy, Dekam, ikaw ang bahala dito sumagot ng cellphone ko. Kung ayaw kong masapin, sabi mo, mamaya na lang. Ganda lang. I want text away. Ano ba yung isang text lang? Napakasimple lang yan. Pero yung damdamin ng taong bayan na naghihintay ng kasagutan, naghihintay kung natanggap talaga yung text nila, abay, madali magtampo tao, lalong-lalo na kung sensitive yung mga information. At bibihira yun din yung kapatid ni Gerald de la Rosa na kahit ng daming problema, ay siya mismo personally sumasagot sa kanyang cellphone. At ang bilis. Yung huli lang kagabi, ay alam ko saan nanggaling yung information eh. Kahapon lang binigay sa kanya yun, huli kagabi. Ay by high-end yun. Ito na makikita kung gaano kasinsirang tao na nagtatrabaho sa gobyerno. So, we really have to do something about this dahil tayo nagtutulungan, citizenry, media, taong gobyerno, NGOs na kapayaw ninyo na tumulong din. We really have to get our act together kung talagang gusto natin na magbago itong sistema natin. Diba?
Yeah, i-respond ko yan, Alex. Papunta tayo doon eh. Actually sa Facebook, no, may tinatawag na PM, di ba? PM lang talaga yon. Pero pag may sumagot ka agad-agad, live chat na yon. Yun ang ina-ambisyon natin. Na kahit sino, pag nag-PM ka sa Office of the President, may sasagot sa'yo. Uy, may sumagot. May totoong tao. Yan ang ina-ambisyon natin. Sa text din, Eric, no? Kasi pag lahat ng Pilipino magte-text sa isang cellphone, talaga mabubulunan yun eh. We have a system na nasa server na ang texting, no? Na sasagutin din kaagad, no? But we're still laying the groundwork for that.
Any other question? Abisha, si Juby. Anda naman, bakit meron pa si Doc muna sandali?
Yung sinabi mo, Eric, mabagal ang appointment ng mga sa mga iba-ibang posisyon. Pre ko ang problema, dalawa lang pinagkakatiwalaan ni President Duterte para sa selection process, si Bongo at saka si Johnny Basco. Ang problema, itong dalawa naman, hindi naman kilala yung mga nanonominate. Kaya nung mga first month, ang nangyari, puros mga recycled sa DOST, sa DepEd, kung saan. Kaya makikita na sa ibang department, tulad na sa DOST, dahil recycled ang i-appoint doon, mga recycled din ang mga ideas sa mga project.
Trash in, trash out.
Garbage in, garbage. Kaya dapat ma-improve yung selection process, yung mamimili, dapat may malawak na.
Pero alam mo, Doc, nakita ko yung composition ng search committee. Ang gagaling. Ha? Saka mahusay ng mga bata. Pero tingnan mo, sayang yung effort nila. Pagdating sa taas, hindi gumagalaw eh. At ang masama pa, medyo pangit lang pakinggan yung mga ibang input na dapat ay yan ang ma-address. Dahil kung ano na speculation, at parang pangit pakinggan. Kaya hindi ko na sasabihin sa inyo na dapat talaga i-address bago mag-isip pa na kung ano-ano ang taong bayan sa kung bakit talaga nadidelay, nakakamper yan ganyang klase mga posisyon sa gobyerno. Bishop. Sige, ikaw na, Alex.
Hindi, si Bishop na muna.
Nagkawali ako. Si Juby nga pala, bago si Bishop.
Good morning po, Juby de Guzman ng DWBN. Kaya Sir Pastor po ako magtatanong sa partner niya. Napaganda ho ng interest natin yung Sports Fest, no? Gusto ko lang malaman sino ba yung mga qualified na makasali rito at saka baka kayo na rin po ang gawing paraan para magkaroon ng tamang daan yung mga motorcycle lane. Kasi karamihan ho, yan ang problema ngayon, nangangamatay na yung mga tao na sumasakay ng motor. Kayo na rin, kasi since na yun yung focus nyo di ba? Motorsport. Baka pwede nyo na rin bigyan ng advisory yung MMDA or LTFRB tungkol doon sa kanilang meeting.
Regarding mga government, I have to introduce to you my son. Kasi si Enzo, he passed away, di ba? So, I'd like to introduce to you my son, Don Pastor, who is working in California. Don Pastor.
Hindi ka dito. Dito, marap ka. Marap ka dito.
Together with Gio Silvillo. He worked with in California motorsport event. So we're trying to educate the young ones into attending. Maybe you can talk about
So, may mga different programs na pwede natin ipasok dito sa Philippines. So far, mag-instruct kasi kami dun sa California. Tapos nag-educate rin kami ng mga professional drivers, tsaka non-professional. Ngayon, inisip ko kung dinuplicate natin yung system doon, tapos in-implement dito, pwedeng makabawas ng traffic. Kasi may mga updated application na pwede may on sa cellphone mo na nila-lockout niya yung text and call para nakafocus yung pagdadrive. Tapos, sinasabi din nila na kung paano yung mga malimong driving moves. Kung nagka-cut ka ba ng mga ibang kotse, kung masyado ka nagbe-brake, kung hindi ka nagsisignal, or kaya may mga paraan na nagkakos ng traffic, inaayos niya yung driver. Tapos nire-rate ka rin kung 70% ka ba, more than 70% passing rate ka ba nagde-drive or failing ka below 70%. Ngayon, pwede mo i-tie up yun sa LTO. Pag nag-renew yung driver sa registration or sa driver's license niya, nakalink yung ganun sa LTO. Pag hindi pumasa yung driver dun sa 70% and above, hindi siya makaka-renew ng license. So forced ang mga drivers mag-educate, mag-test, preliminary exam na para pumasa at maka-renew ng license ulit. So tingin ko, pagka inak mo to sa bayan natin, makakabuti ng traffic.
Good point. Jimmy, tama. Bago kaya kita bigay, no? Ang isa pang dapat na isama, tama si Ramon Nanadiego rito, na dapat iba na yung riding in tandem. Alam mo yung pinakamagandang model ng riding in tandem, yung ginagawa ng Mandaluyong. Na pwede ka mag-riding in tandem kung asawa mo o yung anak mo. Pero, pagka dalawahan, ay hindi na pwede. Nationwide dapat. Dahil, alam mo, ginaya na. Yung kalokohan ng Iskalawang uniform sa Metro Manila, ay ginaya na sa probinsya. So, we have to be wary about these things. Dahil kundi, hindi natin alam kung Tom, Dick, and Harry, bigla na lang may tutumba sa mga barkada rito. So we have to be aware about this. At tulungan natin ang ating presidente na sa batas niya to para medyo magkaroon ng peace of mind tayo lahat. Diba? Okay, Jimmy.
Okay doon. Doon pala kasi yung mga nakaraang taon, iba meron tayong tinatawag na Petron Eco Challenge mula Pagudpod hanggang Bicol. Doon kina-challenge yung mga driver kung defensive ka, maingat ka sa pag-drive, at paano mo mauubos yung gasolina mo sa pagtitipid at papabagal ng takbo ng sasakyan.
Tama.
Hindi pa pwedeng yun muna yung project para yung mga talaga mga driver tapos bigyan nyo ng grade.
Tama. Okay yan. So yung ganun na sistema, kung ma-implement natin yun sa government, may in-invite ako galing California yung instructor, si Travis, nandun sa bandang piano, nakaupo. Ano siya, instructor siya sa mga non-pro driver. So, yung international technology, ganyan din, ginaya ng Petron Eco Challenge, pwede na natin i-implement yan pagka may tie-up sa government.
Siguro kahit mga private car owner Kasi ang sponsor namin doon it's a Honda Jazz. So, dadalhin kami sa Pagudpod, dulo nun, ito-full tank yun. Ngayon, paano mo mapapag-aralan kung makakarating ka ng maayos dun sa dulo ng Bicol na ang gasolina.
Correct.
Konti lang ang
Good point. Paano makatipid, tsaka paano maging defensive and offensive driver.
Yes, tapos kung paano ka disiplina dun sa traffic kasi may mga dala kaming billboard.
Tama.
Kung tumatawid yung tao, malayo pa lang, nakasinyas ka na. Kasi
So, yung ganyan na technology na i-implement din sa app na sinasabi ko. So, baka yung mga iba hindi maka-afford ng app, pwede i-program na physical training.
Yung sa naging project mo kasi yung naging project ng Petro niyan, libre gasolina, sasakyan, tapos sponsor nila yung Honda Jazz. Kami mga media ang challenge nila. So experience namin, isang announcer ng ABS-CBN, dahil sa masyado siyang paspasero, naubos yung gasolina niya, doon pa sa Tarlac. Tarlac lang, ubos na. Tumiri ka siya kasi titiri ka rin Kung tumiri ka, hatake ka na lang nila. Kailangan makarating ka ng maayos sa Pagudpod, full tank yan.
Okay.
Sana magawa niyo yung project na ito. Sana gawin mo sample ng media.
Okay. Tapos ang Joey, no?
Sir,
Sige.
This Travis Bauer, so he's a representative. He only speaks English, so
Hi. How you guys doing?
speak in English.
It's alright.
So I am from California.
Quiet, please, quiet.
With Don right now. So I do instruct on the dive with him for Don Triathlon Racing. So I instruct basic instructors for beginning drivers to educate them on how to drive and race at the same time.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sige. Alvin, tapos si Bishop. Alvin.
Alvin Moore siya po sa National Press Club. Follow-up ko lang yung sinasabi yung recycle natin, saka yung bakit nade-delay yung appointment ng mga government position. No, ano pong, lalo na dyan sa MMDA, recycle din yan may kaso nga ay may adverse findings nga ang COA dyan Diba? So ano po ang gagawin ng Thinktank para ma-address yan?
Si Doktor na nagsabi kanina
Nung ang unang plano dati, yung mga nominees ay ilalagay sa sa isang website para makapag-comment ng mga
Tao.
ang masa. Pero hindi nasunod yun eh. Dapat ganun ang gawin. Para ano ba, kung may nominee o aplikante, ilagay pangalan yun. Tapos mag-comment ang mga tao kung pwede ba ito o hindi.
Tama yun. Kaya nga dapat siguro magtulungan tayo na kalampagin ang Malacanang regarding this. Dahil sa kanilang kabutihan din itong ginagawa natin eh. Isa pang nakita kong dapat na ma-address ng ating gobyerno ay yung nire-recycle yung mga scalawags in uniform, dinadala sa Mindanao. Kaya dumadami ang mga lukuluko sa Mindanao dahil yung mga amo niya ng mga sindikato, naglalagay din ng satellite office sa Mindanao. Kaya lumalawak ang mga syndication sa Mindanao because of this. Kung talagang merong kaso to, tanggalin na lang.
Yes.
Diba? Hindi, naalagaan ng mga boss yung amo nila na kasapat din nila eh. Yan ang problema eh. So dapat ito ma-realize ni Gerald de la Rosa to dahil kitang-kita natin eh. Yun nangyari lang sa nahuling laboratory daw na barko. Meron ka ba nakita na laboratory? Kalahating kilo lang ang nandun? Nasaan na yung 46 cartons na nawawala?
Nasa ilalim.
Yun lang. Oh.
Nasa dagat.
Sa dagat. Baka naibenta na eh. Kaya nung yung isang asset doon, kinuwento kay Gerald de la Rosa yan, nagulat siya eh. Oh. Tapos kung mag-report yung mga nandun PNP, kala mo, totoo na gano'n ang nangyari. Pambihira naman. Hindi naman tayo tangay. Ha? At whether they like it or not, lalabas ang katotohanan dyan. Kapalawan nung kay Peter Lim. Paano may tatago ngayon si Peter Lim? May lahat ng intelligence committee, mayroong profile, may listahan, may record on file. Kaya, kung hindi tutulungan ng ating presidente, maluloko nitong mga nagpapanggap na kaibigan niya. Any other question? Now.
Yung kay Mr. Pastor, you brought up the possibility of bringing F1 racing. Do you already have a site for that? Kasi magandang tourism attraction yun eh. Yung lahat ng mga malalaking companies would be coming in, and if you're successful, yung crowd pa, ibang-iba ang crowd, kultura ng attendees sa mga F1 racing. I mean, the way I see it sa cable TV, you're able to pull that off. Maganda yun.
Well, yung program namin ngayon is Euro NASCAR. Kasi yung NASCAR is somehow using 3 drivers in a team. And there's more space sa advertisement, no? And then Fox Sport ang beaming worldwide. So it's getting back our motorsport to the world-class arena. But then yung Formula 1, meron na silang Formula 1 electric cars. And it's more of a city Grand Prix. The whole of Metro Manila. That's what we're thinking of. But this is the electric Formula 1. Yes, Monaco, we will use the track when it's not being used on holiday. Sayang yung MOA used to be designed dyan for F1, yung casino area natin. Kaya na-chop-chop ni ex-President Pinoy. So, he did not push through at that time. Pero, we're talking to ERAP sa Manila. Kasi yung 1960s, we were the first one who hosted Manila Grand Prix in Asia. And that was the first Grand Prix. Naunahan pa natin ang Macau Grand Prix. So hopefully, we're going in that direction. Thank you.
Okay, Bishop Gemba.
Siguro, ang calling the attention lahat po dapat makarating po kay Presidente. Dahil yung pong appointment, importante. Sa ngayon po, may in-appoint sa LTFRB, more than 10. Nung Lunes pa sila nandun. Ang inaasahan nila, ang sabi sa akin, Lunes darating ang ng appointment. Inatasan na ni Chairman, nandyan ngayon yan. Kahit sa natin ng bayan, meron pa rin, hindi pa rin ang appointment nila, pero sinabi nung Monday.
Ito po naman katakataka. Galing po lahat ng Davao to. Bakit nagiging mabagal? Dahil nakakahiya po kasi, dahil nandyan sila, nagkalat sila, wala silang appointment. Tanggal na po yung mga tinanggal. So yun po, naging, kaya nga balita yung istorya. Kasi ang istorya, babaler nga sana, tinanggal yung mga tao, yung narito, walang appointment. Ang sabi ko nila, Monday, 5 araw na ho. Siguro, pinakamagaling ho, magarating sa lalo sa Pangulo. Kung sino man ang nagpapatakbo.
Tama si Bishop lahat ng kausapin ko, lahat ng coffee club group ko, yan ang nagiging topic of the day. Na dapat talaga ma-address ng ating gobyerno. Alvin, meron ka pa bang question? Wala. Okay. Any other question? There's none. Let's hear yung
Sir
pinaka...
Ike, isa na lang kay Sir Ike. Ike Seneres.
Si Ike. Go.
Sir Ike, di ba natin parang kayo yata yung patatakbuhin noon? Ano ba nangyari bigla kay Uro?
That's the brother. That's the brother. Who passed away.
Si Roy yun. Si Congressman Roy yun.
Sige, sagutin natin yan.
Si Ike.
On the day that Amba died, tinawagan ako ni Andy Bautista, chairman ng Comelec. Sabi niya, ay, pwedeng mayroong mag-substitute kay Roy.
Yun.
Pero kailangan kaapelyido at kapartido. So sabi niya, ikaw lang pwede kasi kaapelyido ka at kapartido. No one else. Yung kaapelyido na hindi kapartido, hindi pwede. Yung kapartido na hindi kaapelyido, hindi pwede. So, nag-isip-isip ako. Sabi ko sa kanya, salamat Andy, ba't pag-isipan ko muna? Sabi niya, you have naman until the last day, one day before the election, you can decide. Oo. So, kasi nandun na yung pangalan niya sa balota So, nagbilang-bilang ako ng pera ko, medyo kinakapos ako. Kasi, kailangan mo ng at least 500 million 500 pesos lang laman ng bulsa ko. So, tanong ako sa mga kaibigan, sabi sa akin, huwag ka nang tumuloy. Oo.
Tama yun.
Oo. So,
yun talaga
that's the story.
Oo. Alam mo, tama yung sabi ni Ike, siya may personality, qualified siya, pero yung personality, yun ang kulang niya. Okay. Tom, start mo, no? Bago, Tom.
Sir Tom.
Sige na. Final statement.
Okay, we'd like to thank Nikki and Gio for our new partners into relaunching of the Euro NASCAR named Asian V8. So we and thank you, Erick, for inviting me again. Thank you.
Kay Dr. Posadas naman.
Maraming salamat sa inyo lahat. Isa pa palang isang project na nais kong banggitin na tatalakayin namin sa Sabado sa Convenors Group ay yung possible revival ng nuclear power. That's a big issue. Kaya si Mon Pedrosa.
Okay, this is part of my closing remarks. One of the first of the series of public fora that the convener will hold monthly on a regular basis will be the maiden forum on revival of the nuclear power plant in Balitaan. It is a very, very controversial issue, and this is the proponent of this used to be one leader na nag-object dyan sa power, dyan sa nuclear during Marcos time. I think it was more because of the irregularities, supposedly, with Westinghouse and Ticini. But he has turned around 360 degrees. I'm referring to Mon Pedrosa. who is now leading the advocacy to revive the nuclear atomic center. And I would like to take this opportunity with the assistance of the media to campaign for participation of all sectors concerned or interested in this particular public forum. The announcement of forum, the announcement will be done properly and through the media as well. No? But let me just say very briefly that Mon Pedrosa, who was our chairman at Atom during those days, with Puchakino, when the president in his zona, this was the one that prompted him to call me up. He is also part of the Convenor to present already their advocacy to revive it. And I am referring to the announcement of the president that his economic program will actually be on industrialization of the country. And that will mean requiring a lot of energy or power in order for us to industrialize. So, to the group of Pedrosa, they will present their paper tomorrow during our convenor meeting, is precisely to spearhead the idea of reviving it. Why? Because according to him, and we have the papers, I was furnished advance copy of the papers, that our present source of energy, which is coal-oriented, is more controversial in terms of environmental consideration. On the other hand, we also have in our science and technology expert in the cluster, a professor at the geology department, because one of the things that has been thrown around as far as the revival is concerned is that there is a fault right near, if not right at the site in Morong of this. This requires really a public forum to the maximum. So we are going to schedule this by next month. Okay. And we would like, this is an appeal to the media to help us disseminate this so that this will be properly discussed, thoroughly discussed, which is the idea of the Thinktank Convenor. Okay. Full discussion of any issues and recommendation that we will submit to the President.
Okay. Thank you, Alex. At last statement from Rene, then Mon. Rene, palagpan.
Thank you, Eric. No, we would like to thank Erick San Juan for his Balitaan sa Hotel Rembrandt. And we would like to appeal to you to nominate at least 2 or 3. How many do you want? Dun sa TOFIL award po natin. I tell you, this is a noble award for Filipinos who have done their best in their field of endeavor. Thank you. Deadline po natin is September 30, 2016. Salamat po.
Sige, bago kay Mon, kay Ike meron pa. Pero ako, nino-nominate ko na yung dalawa rito, no? Dr. Posadas at si Ike Seneres.
Okay, parting awards ko to, baka sakaling manominate. Inanunsyo na ni Presidente, tatanggalin niya na yung mga fish pen sa Laguna de Bay. Grabe yan, as in grabe, revolutionary yan. All of us have been dreaming of that all these years. Ngayon, inunahan niya na tayo. But that is not all kasi ang dahil pa problema dun May janitor fish doon, may knife fish, may mercury. Grabe ang pollution ng Laguna de Bay. So, kailangan pang pag-isipan, ano magagawin natin? Kasi mabilis tong presidente na to Inanunsyo niya na rin, wala nang illegal logging, illegal mining. Anong gagawin natin dyan? That needs a lot of thinking pa no? Inanunsyo na rin yung endo, the end of endo. Yung endo mismo, endo na.
Tama yan.
But, alam mo, my brother must be laughing in his grave, Kasi siya nagsimula niyan
Tama.
Si Roy, ang nilalabanan niya yung contractualization. Pero ako nag-introduce sa kanya ng term na endo.
Tama.
Oo, But mayroon pang...
Talagang potential na TOFIL award dito.
May kasama ang Endo na hindi pa natin napapansin. He's getting away. Sinabi ko rin kay Roy, at the same time I told him about Endo. Mayroong dedo. Dedo? Alam niyo ba yon?
Hindi.
Kung lampas kalendaryo ka na, dedo ka na. Yeah, hindi ka na ma-hire.
Age limit, pero hindi age limit.
Well, really, but a lot of thinking has to be done. So, ang parting words ko, pag nagsalita si Presidente, wag lamang tayo pumalakpak. We have to do something also. Kasi nag-invite na siya eh. Tulungan niyo ako. Di ba? Pag hindi natin siya tinulungan, eh mag-isa na lang siya. Di ba? Alright, yun po. Thank you very much.
Bago tayo magtapos, no, bago ko bigay mo, no, ang isang pinaka-importante na ngayon, pare-pareho tayong naapektuhan ng traffic na katarantaduhan nitong mga kawatan, no? Tanggalin na yung MMDA. Tanggalin yung MMDA, implement yung kanilang report sa Presidente kung paano gagawin. Maniwala kayo. Luluwag. Katulong si Secretary Tugade. Kaya yan. Ito mga MMDA, yan ang pahamak. Pahamak sa sistema natin. Believe me, Mr. President, move as fast as you can. Move.
With that, I'd like to thank Eric for allowing us to present our TOFIL Awards. I'd like to call my team, the search chairman, pare po to, muna tayo. And Arline, Philip, and Gilbert. For the information of everybody, si Erick Santos is a past national president of JCI Philippines when he was 40 years old below. Si Erick naman was a most outstanding JCI senator, not only in the Philippines, but in the world. That was in 1985. Ang nag-award sa kanya ng outstanding was si Jaycees Luciano, the former president of the MIA. And Jaycees is also a past world president. Tatakpan eh. Para dito, dapat dito tayo. Para maganda. So yung aming si Arline would like to pin this affiliation pin of the JCI Senate Philippines. You will notice, logo ho ito ng JCI Senate plus the flag. Pero sabi nga namin, nauna kami nag-design kay Digong ng flag. January pa lang, nagawa na namin to. Si Digong nung manalo na sa paggawa ng may flag. So, I'd like to ask Arline to pin this.
Natatakpan.
This symbolizes the outstanding performance of Erick in our JCI organization. So, bakbakan naman natin si Erick.
With that, thank you, Mon, no? With that, I'd like to thank our guests
May I have,
for this invitation.
may I have my last closing remark?
Yes, please.
Okay. Again, nagpapasalamat kami sa pagkakataon na ito. This is actually our official launching to the public through this forum about the Thinktank. Unfortunately, the brochure that we have already prepared, baka hindi pa ho natatapos. Kaya ho, sa next Friday ninyo, we will have the brochure ready for distribution. However, you can look it up in our webpage. Ang aming pong webpage ay USBONG. That is what the other name of our movement. USBONG is proud in English to produce or cause to produce new growth, like producing new ideas for growth the movement's logo is graphically represented as a sprouting leaf, symbolizing the birth of new ideas for change. Ang aming pong webpage ay www.usbong.org. You can look this up for more information about our movement. Ngayon, nung nagsasalita po si Erick, makinig ka dito Erick, kung radyo lang ang pinapakinggan ko, akala ko ang nagsasalita ay si Mar Rojas. Nagpapatawa lang po ako, no? Pero let us also consider the fact that while there is so much expectations from the President-elect Duterte, dalawang buwan pa lang po siya nanunungkulan. So marami yung dapat asikasuhin. Alam ko po na yung pong appointment papers ay talagang halos 2 feet in height na hindi basta-basta ma-actionan ni Secretary June Ebasco. When I called him up the other week, habang kinakausap ko siya just to have an appointment with him, dinig na dinig ko doon sa telepono namin pag-uusap ang mga martilyo pong pumupukpok at sabi ko niya sa akin, sorry Alex alam mo ba itong opisina ko, first time lang ako nakapasok dito sa Malacanang, inaayos po namin yung opisina ko, kaya may mga karpentero nagpupukpok. So let's give him more time. He has done so much already in 2 months' time. So Erick, mabuti na lang alam ko na nagsasalita pala ay si Erick, kaya pinapatawad kita. Maraming pong salamat. Joke lang yon Erick, joke.
Thank you so much and see you next week.
I have prepared very few materials about our brochure. O konti lang po ito, kaya first come first serve, pakikuha na lang po. But next Friday, we will have the brochure to be distributed in our next forum.
Okay.